Alright. Shalom.
Shalom.
For us that give up praise and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash.
Double on the apostles and elders of great millstone of doing well.
Can.
Peace and blessings to you. When you would have put this before Brazilians, right? Come what here against we want to prophesy. Against what? Against this wicked kingdom. So you can bring out Isaiah, Jeremiah 28. Because already and truly, constantly, on the back of just all the calamities happening around the world, you just see wickedness taking place in Babylon and every country under that same vibration. Right? Because already and truly, scripture say what they say the marble after the beast.
Right.
Everything that Babylon do, because they set the standard. And all these other countries just follow that standard. You understand? Now it's in the Middle East. They want to throw the hijabs away. And they want to wear pants now. They want to drive. They want to be like men. They want to be independent and all this garbage. You understand? Because they're following under that same vibration. Now I say what like Jeremiah is say the nation are drunken and they are mad.
51.
51.
Yeah. 51 answer. In Jeremiah 28:8, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against kingdoms, against Salakia. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Right? So this is what the prophets or the Lord will be prophesying about. And they wouldn't prophesy these things. They never saw a situation in the past where kingdoms was on the right path, so to speak. And the Lord was prophesying these things against them. That don't happen. So if we prophesy these things in the first place, it hadn't been that because they're unchecked. Because they're doing those things that are contrary to the scriptures. That's why even when it comes to the land, where they say because of these things, there's no better because they say because of these things, they were spewed out of the land. And even us ourselves, when we were in the land, when we did these abominable things, we was also spewed out. That is what I love it because I think it's 23.
See, prophets wouldn't be sent unto a nation unless they're doing something wrong. You go back to like what the Lord say, get them warning. Where's get warning for? Something coming. You understand? They
get warning for something good.
Yeah, they get warning for something good. The same way like Moses going on to Pharaoh and telling them what? Let my people go. You know that one of the statements people love to even if you don't know the scriptures, that's something that they say. You know that statement.
Yeah,
let my people go. Right? So you see that's an example of it. You know, a man coming to give Pharaoh that warning. And eventually what went on? You know, or we know the scripture said the Lord hardened Pharaoh heart. But he tell Moses to continue going on to him and watch how much judgment take place, you know?
And even our people under that same influence right now.
Yep.
Because what the Lord say what they say, and they say their eyes have been blinded. All of them have been hardened. Because at the end of the day, it's only left with them.
That's right. You feel back then, even in them days, the Egyptians was happy. You know? Of the things that was taking place. Same way today. We feel going with the Edomites.
Yeah.
You understand?
Men happy to have it.
And when you read, when you go to the book of Isaiah and talk about the Egyptians, you're not speaking about the Egyptians back then, you're talking about Esau today. You understand?
Like Solomon. So yeah, I'm a little bit because 20 verse 22 we say, ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments and do them, that the land whither I bring you to dwell therein spew you not out. You understand? So they had to walk a certain way or else what they were going to get casted out. And that would happen to them over and over again. Men didn't listen. They get jacked up on the results.
That's right. And it's also serious, like when we go into our land, we also rip down the idols and so forth.
And a reason
you know?
for that.
And purpose.
And men get punished for not doing it.
For not doing it, yep.
Men get sent to take men down. Men want to keep them as
keep the spoils. Keep the spoils.
Yeah, I don't care. You understand? Hardness. Like men just don't know how to follow instructions.
Yep.
But that is the reason why we need a heart of flesh. Because this heart of stone, it just not working. it just not working. As much as try. Now I also say what and say the things that I would not and say that I do. It just not working. At some point in time, it just becomes stiff-necked. Even as much as you try, it just happens. See verse 23, you say, and ye shall not walk in the manners of the nation. The manners of the nation which I cast all before you.
I would say not even to learn the ways, you know. But that's something that Jake did, no matter what.
Yeah, go ahead. Even though, as they say, whether it was by force back then, during the 400 years, I can't even say 400 quite ongoing. During the hardcore slavery, the physical one, whether it was by force back then or now, would they do it willingly? You know what I mean? Where they think it's a sport.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
To do mischief, as the scripture says, and by doing mischief is doing what? Envying your person. The scripture says, do that. Like, first thing they do, and then they start to worship their idols and get into astrology and all the things that they're into. And then you realize, if you're trying as a Negro, it's a working. You're trying as a Hindu, it's a working.
And the thing about it is this, is that
they worship in the gods.
Watch out Jake, right? And we just see it here in the island now here because you know there's always saying this side they believe in the voodoo and all these things, right? But you just see it like watch out Jake that go into these heathens their customs, right? And once you see him heathen doing their custom, and watch what the Jake does look. Jake does look worse. Yeah.
Because that is as the nation changed their gods and no gods. Those were given to them. So they will obviously be better for
they have no laws, so you will pay as if it working for them because they have no restriction. Whereas whereas, you know what I mean, the Negroes, Latinos and Native Indians, they come with restrictions and instructions. The other nations don't have that. They could do it, they could eat medium rare or duck. Whatever, and Lord said nothing, they could go ahead because the law wasn't for them.
And the crazy thing about it is that even if they so-called have restrictions, they still break it and they don't receive nothing for that.
Yeah, because I mean,
that's what I'm trying to prove now, man. You know?
We serve
whereas,
in power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we actions come with consequences.
And the reason why I say that is because it goes to show that when the heathens they do what what considered of breaking the law and so forth, they receive no judgment. But when a Jake do it, judgment one time or judgment whenever. You understand? It goes to show who it is. Hey, this applying to. What the scripture is applying to. You understand? Let's talk about for example, right? I was watching a video last night of Vocab Malone. You know, he come up and he said, you know, he just get on. I think he was talking to some men. Right? But no matter where he's a spy, FBI agent, where he is, he just see it. These is men that continue to make mockery, scorn. So things are not applying to the laws, statutes, and commandments. If they break it, you see nothing happening. The effect is not the same. You know? The Lord said, "You have not dealt so with any other nation." You know?
The same book, Malone example. Remember, Apostle Sahar was doing a video on that. You know, and he was showing that had a Jake who was eating with Vocab, and Jake when Vocab was putting the squid in his mouth, he was eating it normal. But the Jake when it is good ground, he put the squid in his mouth, you can see like something in the spirit was telling him.
Shaky. Some about
the
shake.
Because it is scripture said the spirit bear witness. It is not the same. I'm not telling somebody that some time ago. When these heathens, like these Chinese Moabites and so forth, and eating dog and cat and squid and all this garbage, nothing doesn't happen to them. You understand? But when we eat that cancer, you understand?
Yeah, what you want Moabites eating rat and all, and them living the longest. Them have the longest. I forget what is the exact word for it, but them are the oldest population, or you know what I mean? Their elders is like the oldest on the planet there. Them living to see 100, 101, 102. Yeah. And when they hear what they're doing, it's like, I do the same thing every day, and my knee, you know, I need a new kneecap. So my knee popping when I move it, and, you know what I mean?
I remember I had a delicacy for Asian people. They used to actually go out on a mountain and collect bird vomit.
Bird vomit, yeah.
Bird spit soup, yeah. That was one of the bird spit soup. Yeah. They still do that.
And look And look how long them has lived. Let me go and do some shit like that.
Now we from it with the bill. Sure about that. That's not in promising that.
So that's to show you. It is we does actually face the effects of these things.
God.
You understand? That's why the scriptures say particular things. Like for example, these nations are going and be judged. It didn't really iterate like breaking laws, like yeah, it's true to break the laws of the land, to defile the land and so forth, but to touch the apple of the Lord's eye. That's the things they had to get judged for. We people get judged because we didn't adhere to the covenants. You understand? We did not adhere to the covenants. We are the one who had the contract and we break it. That is what we really getting jacked up for. They're getting jacked up for different things, so to speak.
What is called by guilty by association. How we know that? They are associated with the oppressor, so we found guilty.
Men blaspheme against the Lord, that's a worldwide thing, but they drink or not. They disrespect the Lord, yeah, I get jacked up for them things. They commit a whole set of offenses. But nothing like if men was still idols all the time, not problem, you know?
God. The rules was for we not to do. Don't worry about them.
See, Leviticus 20:23, it says, and ye shall not walk in the manners of the nations which I cast out before you, for they committed all these things, and therefore I abhor them. Right? And that's what make us, that way, you see, Israel had kept their precepts, but not the things, because we were designed to be out.
Good.
Right? But in this society, you're seeing everybody right now going after the vibration and so.
They say they have a zeal man according to knowledge, because that also applies to you too, because when you watch it, that is zeal in them, it's in Jake to know that, hey, this right or wrong. It's like, sometimes it's like, alright, it's like a snake knowing when you see a bird, he might have to hide, because it's like
bird is a
natural thing. It's like Jake, that would Jake just feel towards doing something wrong. They will know, hey, this wrong. It's in them to know that, hey, this wrong. You understand?
100%.
Yeah.
So the next problem with Jake now is because execution was more judgment wasn't executed speedily. So once they get with the first time, I said, I feel like
I'll do it again,
yeah. Problem.
But in them, you know,
regardless of what, because a Jake who is a murderer, he would always find me watching over your back, and because by the back of your head, he know judgment for what you do. Whereas either my them will look at them will go and shoot up at you
and come back normal, sit down normal,
and wait for police
to them is not like a normal thing.
Instant.
A Jake cut an animal, right? If a Jake cut an animal, he the same way, you know, he might that go harass him, you know. That's certain things in Jake. I say Jake is like Jake in his best form when he keep in the statutes, commandments, and the laws of the Lord. It's like the best form of a person you can see. It's literally one of the best. Watch how we move with the other nations. You understand? Yeah. The pinnacle of our human. Watch how we move with the other nations. Watch how we dwell. Watch how we dealt with them. You understand? Wasn't even that wasn't a situation I raised up with if I can stand corrected. With Moses, when Moses had pick up the it was an Egyptian's
Ethiopian wife.
Right, yeah, can. And watch how Jake this deal with like heathens, to watch how heathens is deal with us.
Jake, yeah.
You understand?
They're not the same. Because we have a standard we just live by. You understand? We have a
so and that's the thing. That is why even to this day you would see Jake might have mercy towards people that like Esau and so forth. And because why? It's just in them, like, you know.
And he didn't know that, and then use that nature against them.
I've asked scripture fair before you continue. But before, I'm bringing the scripture here, and I want to touch back something Ark now say, right?
Go ahead.
Revelation 18, verse 3.
Yeah.
It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Guilty by association. Now I was saying like, why they have to pay.
That is the point I wanted to bring out here.
Yeah.
You understand? So that all the nations know to drink.
Because why they deal with her. So by extension, they oppressed us by if they didn't do it directly. So for example, the Hamites and the Arabs who helped sell it to the Edomites and put me on ships. Them was they. Them committed the act. Now the others who come to the market and buy us as bondwomen and bondmen and you know what I mean? What is it? They give a boy for wine and a girl for no description. I don't have to know it, but yeah, roughly
For strong drink.
Yeah, boy for strong drink and a girl for whatever. But at the end of the day, they were part of the oppression by what?
Yeah.
By proxy, guilty by association.
By proxy, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Once you associate, you take
yeah.
part in
Yeah. That will say all the nations are taking a part in the yeah. That's roughly trying to remember the shit off my head, but that's what I just
all men heard bourgeois.
yeah, all men, yeah. But you see the difference that Esau who should him more.
Yeah, he overdo it.
The most.
Everybody got a little play, he overplay.
Yeah. That's why when you read like the scriptures mentioned, the wicked and so forth, it's strictly dealing with Esau, you know. Revelation 17 verse Revelation 17 verse 4. It says, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones, and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of fornication. Right? So telling you what the cup having, right? But full of what? Abominations. When you watch what Esau do, like for example, one of the biggest things that we could bring that everybody would know is what? Is what the LGBT stuff. It had nations that in them. When I remember when it first came out, that people was protesting against it because it was just unnatural to them. But just because Esau, just because you know the whore did it, they had to follow. So that's what they say. They drink and cup as well.
And for those who don't follow, so winning the strong arm.
The strong arm, let me tell you, yeah. It says, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. So this here is supposed to tell you one time that right there is supposed to tell you who it is it's speaking about. It tell you the mother of abominations on the earth.
What is your forehead? Mystery Babylon.
Mystery Babylon, right? So in our mystery today, you know, it come out of who it is, you know. They say, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. So and you see that piece, that last line right there, abominations of the earth, it's supposed to tell you one time who you're dealing with. Because when you go to the scriptures and you look up abominations and what would be considered abominations, who it is doing it yet, who it is pushing it forward.
You know, them pass this bill in Parliament first.
Yeah.
And I present for
we know that the elites, the ones who really control everything, but they use America as that standard. That light and shining, you know.
So, if we do it here, the rest of the world will follow.
Yep.
And this is why Jeremiah 51 and verse 7, Babylon had built a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken.
Yeah,
the
all of them
nations
drunken,
are drunken with wine, therefore the nations are mad. You know what I mean? Guilty by association.
And a man might hear that, a man might read that, and he might say, he drink a can of wine from the grape. No, he's not talking about that. Yeah, I hear that. I want to tell you, I hear that.
That's why you should not drinking against the Bible.
Yeah.
And I told the access, but anyone was a wine drinker. They
No, they don't know that.
That way they used to call him a man gluttonous son of wine drinker. They used to call him. So he used to was transgressive by drinking wine.
Yeah, the scripture say, give man strong drink that are ready to what? To perish. Something along those lines.
It say alcohol is good in moderation. Talk about like Syrah.
Yeah, it say drink no longer water, but a little wine for thy often infirmities.
Infirmities, yeah.
Cause like 2 more words to finish.
Because just to touch that right there, it's like wine itself, right? The natural wine. When you go and look up what it's good for, it's actually heal your body.
Yeah, it's good for gut.
It's good for gut thing, and then fermentation, and it's actually heal your body from inside. Whereas, for example, I used to tell you about alcohol now. I tell you, you're going to consume too much because alcohol, you know, to get drunk, it's going to poison anybody.
We talk about it in Isaiah about he who rise in the morning and seek of strong drink. He's being an addict. You know what I mean? The first thing you can think of before you part before you say a prayer, you even the your bed before you say, yeah, my Father, like, and then I in this kingdom.
You can find them.
Come up with come quick. They call it, yeah, but you don't buy 14 in it. What we go do? Well, I go and be them. Yeah, them rising up early to seek strong drink. You know what I mean? I said one to them, I forget where it was, but amazing good times. I the precept here, Zachariah. Zachariah 1 and 15.
What's that up or that?
Well, I'm not watching it. Isaiah 14, Zechariah 1 and 14. So the angel that communed with me said unto me, Cry thou, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I am jealous for Jerusalem and for Zion with a great jealousy, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that
we know through spirit that his name is what Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. All of these things are the same in Ecclesiastes. It said these things were not what was revealed in the past. You understand that? Now it's being revealed through the holy apostles and prophets by the Spirit. Right? Even though the prophecy said it say what we discontinue from our heritage, we getting back all this knowledge today to be able to call upon the Lord according to the prophecy of Baruch.
I'm not going that's the spirit because I'm not going to mention Baruch. You know?
Yeah, they say in the land of their captivity they shall remember themselves and call upon his name. And how we doing? Even though men want to say you play yoga or say we don't have the name and all these different foolishness, they will have to answer to the shit that they talk.
Yeah.
You understand? All them men who want to make laugh and mockery and all this shit. Men time limited. men right now when they come down, so they can laugh, they can enjoy themselves. You understand? Right now people, like I said somebody the other day, the only reason here nothing shambles is because the invasion on Venezuela went smoothly. If them men was like Iran, here wasn't going to be how it is right
and it
now.
went smoothly for many other reasons.
Yeah,
because it had the little dealings that get cut on the low and so forth and so on.
And
It was a
terrorism
plan,
and so
political
forth.
It was a plan, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Paid political programming.
But if it was not for that, all these people right now wouldn't be making markets and feeding so many.
And that's why now that's why now the Lord's stirring up things in. You understand? Because now like some of the articles are talking about what? Was you want to share last night? With the food price?
Joe, that is in the
That was this morning.
This morning? Yeah, this morning. But their food crisis soon to hit this side of the
Food crisis right there, then they say you want to pop
talking about it.
you want to pop with
this country,
the rising food prices. That's
yeah.
right? Then something else you pop with the traveling thing.
Or about if fuel prices rising or something.
Right.
Yeah, with the jet fuel.
Right.
Jet
So
fuel.
yeah, can. But
Carl add money onto the jet price and these things.
So now to the common man, where they was watching that was the second I just say what evil shall grow, because this way you see the evils growing upon. They believe that they believe it had to come from a direct impact. The Lord has made things work out in a way that it will affect everybody, and that is what's going on. That is why the war not happening in Ireland, but due to the fact that of what it's stopping Ireland and the protests right now. You understand? The farmers come out, they're shutting down because of the grain increase, right? All these things taking place. So it's really the judgment that the Lord paying for. And the same thing here, that I go back to like I gotta come back right here because I go back to something I said before. But I touch back right here. It's like I don't know if I read the news this morning with the police woman in the place. Right. So if you actually read what went on between the lines, you could see that was just no ordinary hit.
Yeah.
It was hit to skip out. Now that can be an inside.
More
than likely an inside work. But the purpose of these things, like if you watch it, it say it fall in one. The heat, this heathen that over she fall in the top heathen which is Trump.
Yeah.
Right? So she working, she way to do certain things and eventually she will clamp down. You see, you can pre-see what is she trying to do or what is she trying to do. All this crime going on and she come on to say 30%, crime down 30%, which is a lie. Because even because if even the criminologists and them talking about it actually very high. But you see, right. But you see, it's all a plan. Because what you see how she pumping is like an Edomite. She's an Elamite, but she's pumping like If it's one heathen nation that want to be that is want to portray itself to be like an Edomite, it's Elam. You understand?
Elam, wow. That's true.
You know? So that's what you're seeing. And eventually she might put more heavy restrictions,
yeah,
especially fines. Especially like how fuel prices rise and thing, they know what they go spiral out to. So when things get worse, it's all for them to bring the so-called cure.
Yeah,
you understand?
So-called digital society. So yeah, what's going on here? You have to ration it. Everybody line up by the health centers and take this little identification here, because you know how much you get in for the month.
And I was telling somebody the other day, I said, not coincidence that it just miraculously all countries going through inflation problems, all countries going through like little thing with employment and so forth. You understand? Like everybody pushing the people to a certain narrative. They are like that's why I say that. That's why I say like not big fan of psychology, because the purpose psychology was invented for was to manipulate people, and the people who does do commercials, the people who does
they study
really run the world.
marketing teams. Yeah, they just study psychology.
You understand?
Or they either study it or have a better in-depth knowledge
than the average person.
Than the average person.
And the point is for manipulation.
Okay.
The reason why they use it is to be able to manipulate people. So they now, and even the certain things they do like experiments, like the 1-9, the experiments. All these just to see how the people will react. First they'll try it on rats, try it on monkeys, and then they'll go and try it on humans to see how it is to be able to get these people to operate a certain way. They make movies like it. They make example Colin Tyrone. Like all these different things they show in movies, they know what to do to make people tick. So they're not putting people in desperate situations, they're not taking away people's rights, taking away your assets or your ability to feed yourself, but having a state of compliance. So you now will do what they want you to do because survival is the first instinct of every living creature. Whether it be to fight or to run away, the first thought is survival. And most people will go by that instinct. You understand? That's why I say, if it were possible, we would receive the very little. If it were possible. Because the things that daters do, they have a big, say what they work for a diligent search. They know what they're doing. They're not doing things by guess. If they're not sure, they just go on, they just experiment to find out. They're not guessing. They know what they do. So that's why we really need the Lord's intervention. But just like what the Ark was saying earlier, when it comes to even the vibration of the place, like the video with the people where bury all the dead bodies and
I see the video about
50-something people, 50-something dead
50
bodies.
babies, 6 adults.
50 babies, 6 adults.
56 bodies. But
56
was
bodies
babies and 6 was adults.
All come from
A funeral
home.
Unclaimed now.
And who knows where them bodies come from?
Huh?
Who knows? You can see they just
Yeah,
will
you
find.
never know. Now you realize that you never hear about 50 babies missing.
So basically, and like we was talking about, and it's like you could say that babies who had abortions and all them kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Who knows if it was somebody had them children handling the stories and they finished with the little
All of that.
little
Yep.
cut-ups,
Yep. All of that.
you know. Then make the little chicken. What do they call them? It's something else called something like that.
And-
Some food is called it something like something CDH or something like that.
And just like that, the example of when you wicked in root, right? You just see it. And judging from the funeral home that name get called, right? You know nothing gonna come out from that. But that's one of the biggest in Trinidad. You understand? And they go from
They
there.
might have some little excuse to cover it up. Who knows? But we understand that this is the nature of the place we live in. This place has to go. Right? You're constantly seeing wickedness happening and nothing is being done about it. Lisa, here's the reading.
Zechariah 1:15. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction.
Right, so we already had things done bad. They say raise it. Men went to the extreme dog. We already get through the land. We already went into captivity. Men have been in captivity and men keep being captivity. We end up coming out for a little while. The girl ease up before the Renaissance. And then right now they spread out. They everywhere and they controlling everything. And the ones who suffer the most is they. Why? Because these are one of the curses. Now I say in Daniel, I say that no greater evil has been done unto any other people than like unto us. You ensure as much as other people want to talk about what these astronauts just talk about?
The hollow.
Hollow and them kind of thing. All them kind of shippiness. Nobody, no nation had ever went through the kind of thing that Jake went through. And the Lord that did that to us.
And we could even, you see the thing about it is this, our own was proven facts. Whereas the one that we know call, it have information showing that it wasn't even, the numbers was a lie. Some of the stuff that happened was exaggerated and so on.
And even the reason why it happened was garbage.
Yeah, even the reason. Yep.
Them start the shit in the first place.
I think
went looking for smoke.
Yeah. I think in this time that we're in, people now going to realize of what was true and what was not.
Yeah.
You understand?
Men realized that them is the ones who went looking for smoke and then they couldn't breathe. You understand? It was their own fault. You went, they don't start nothing and they won't be nothing, then went starting shit. And then couldn't back it up as usual. Same thing like now. They went starting shit and they couldn't back it up, so that's why they're looking for aid here, they're looking for aid there, because they can't deal with it. If it wasn't because of Babylon, them lost long time. You understand? Them can't fight against Iran. Or as a single unit, them cannot fight against Iran. If it was not because of aid of Babylon, they would have lost already. Them can't do no blockade and block no strait to Hamas. You understand what I'm saying? Them would have lost a long time. But that's what they do. They just go and start shit. And then after shit start, they look for help. And they did. The wars was because of them.
Yep, that's right.
Right?
That's right.
But guys, you know that was going on that they try. You understand? So you see the wickedness happening in the land. And the land have to be judged for the things that is taking place. The Lord not going to see all these the Lord was created their paradise. And the Lord not going to see all these abominations happening and just turn a blind eye. You would have to be, the people on the earth have to be judged for these things. Starting from the head, Esau comes straight down. And if whoever wants to say that is not so-called white people or whatever the case may be, all they could take the side, all they want to take it. You understand? In time to come, those that are join through them, join with them shall be
they that
judged.
help it and them that hold it until them all of them shall feel together.
We ready not bother. You finish with that one?
Yeah.
You holding that? Just want something, Jake?
Nah, go ahead. You go ahead.
Isaiah 34.
Isaiah 34:1. Come near ye nations to hear, and hearken ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter.
So this is what we're looking forward to tonight. The Lord's indignation, which is about was righteous judgment, right? Righteous judgment based on something done wrong. Men had a feeling for things that they did. They're not going to get away with it. That's why it say, that isn't what it's Peter. It say, judgment shall be given in the house of the Lord. And if we are to receive judgment, and we are the Lord's children, imagine for the ones who is not of the Lord's children. They're supposed to get away? No.
When Peter says, if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the sinner and ungodly have faith?
You understand? We just come out here every Sunday, generally speaking, and do these things, and we still frightened. You understand? Men still scared out here. Men still scared out here that you know, men open, but we don't know. Yeah, that's why we say what the hopefully like. We don't know if we're gonna make it in that time. You see men start off and they're not here no more. That's how it is going. It's a scary thing. Because it's a fearful thing to 40 hands in living power. We don't know what's going to be our end. That was pay off from Bakasha, right?
Where's that?
Second is just 7.
Which one?
Say the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for wide. I think that's around 40 something. The righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for wide.
Listen.
All we do right now is just open. That's all we have. Prisoners of hope, as we are called.
Like 18.
18?
Second Ezra 7 verse 18. Right?
Nice.
It said, nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things.
Yes.
And hope for why? For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the way.
18?
Yeah, 18.
I can remember it's not even this.
I know. I thought around now was they were given strict commandments what to do to live.
Nah, they put that up.
I put up. Yeah.
No, for that down, I should say. Sorry.
Put that up. So yeah. Bring the pass up there. You understand? So what they say, you right, just suffer straight things and hope for why and die and that's who he represents. Those who suffer while doing the right thing and hoping for that salvation in the end. Talk about it in Peter. They say what they say, but if I suffer, take it cheerfully. These things are acceptable in the Most High. And we try to be acceptable right now. For those who are not trying to be acceptable, well, that is your life. You understand? That's what the most I can say.
Okay, everyone, as you shall say, you like come quickly and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. You know what I mean? So why you work for yoga? According to my standard 5 teacher, be proud of what you work for. At the end of every exam, when you see your marks, you work for that, be proud.
You never did good about it?
Yeah, I get about you work for that, you know. Be proud of
If you put in more work,
I get
you're going to get more outcome. Yeah, it's simple.
So be proud, that's what you work for. If you fail, you work for that.
But now we also talk about what it enables being not to be.
God.
And that's why you gotta be careful not to get distracted. You gotta be careful that you're not doing things to cause problems for yourself. I remember that was something I remember one of the apostles was saying to the elites. They say when you come into the truth, your life becomes complicated. Do not do things to complicate your life. Complicate your life with it. You men just give you these advice not just because they're trying to be gurus, and it's because they see that they're looking after you. Men that sometimes want to do too much or want to be unexperienced, want to be in things that they should not be in, and yet end up causing problems for yourself. All these things has caused you to become distracted and drift away. Right? All of these things. And then when you look so, because you're doing the same shit when there's other people around you doing, and you're embarrassing the ministry. When you consider the light, scripture say what? Walk in the light, meaning what? You have to do the things that the scriptures say to you. When you look at majority of the people around, they're not doing those things. Right? And now even Apostle about it say what? They say what say we forgiven us all this understanding and this truth, especially in the times that we live in. But at any point in time, chaos can enter. You know how much articles I see with digitalization? If you see how many countries right now, digitalization, digital ID, digital this, digital payment, digital that, and next country, I don't remember the names offhand. They was talking about this country want to have an airport digital. I think it's Guyana or one of them. So many different countries. Even though all of these, like people talking about droughts, people talking about war, people talking about inflation, and still you're still seeing all countries pushing toward digitalization. Nobody's slowing down. The economy is slowing down, the money flow is slowing down. One thing that's not slowing down
is the agenda.
Huh?
Is the agenda. Full steam ahead.
The MOTV system, it's not slowing down. You understand? Men putting all, you know, if it's nothing weapons of war, they're putting in infrastructure for MOTV infrastructure. It is not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. That's why when you watch a man, you say you don't believe in scriptures, they watch him like, you have to be on something. But we understand. You say what? You say if our gospel is hidden. You say it to them that our gospel. You just don't have it. See you on the next side, Rachel. See you on the next side. Understand?
Isaiah 34?
Yeah.
Isaiah 34 and 3. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of the carcasses, and the mountain shall melt with their blood.
And when you look at otherwise the apostles say what they say, we need time a second is just.
Yeah, 15 and
You
16.
understand? Right now, it have places in the world going through these things. It mightn't be in every place yet, but it have places in the world going through these things. Right now, it have either in Israel or in Iran. It have a child or two without mommy and daddy because a building blow up and X out the parents. You understand? And they now have to do some kind of abominable thing to be able to survive. It have in Palestine, it have people like that, Lebanon, it have people around the world right now that going through these situations, but it's just not in every place. But you see that slowly, gradually increasing to different locations.
Becoming a bit more rampant than
You
it
understand?
was 2-3 years ago. It's a bit more prominent now.
Different things causing it, but the end result is the same. Different places starting to become like all these prophecies. Men have no place to, men have nothing to eat. Men blocking up blockade. Imagine men blowing up food resources and then blocking blockade. Right now, Cuba going days now without electricity. Without electricity, you can't do nothing. Nothing.
In today's world,
Yeah, today's world.
Correct.
Especially if it's a person that grew up in an environment, not just like you grew up in the bush.
Grow up in the convenient mindset.
Yeah. You are accustomed.
I'm trying to be throwing tantrums right now, like, whoa. No tablet.
You understand? I don't even like just the normal conveniences of life.
Yeah, a fridge, cold water,
Yeah.
everything, yeah.
Nothing.
Or people who's building, you know them guys who's building boiling water. You have no energy, you can put your water, it's cold water. You see? Like that inconvenience to you.
Yeah, it could be
You know what I mean?
inconvenience. I
And
can
no water
deal
either.
without it, but it's an inconvenience.
Yeah, you know. But at the same time, them going through them things, and other places it's way worse, as they say. Other places it's no food at all. They might have electricity, you know, but right, storehouse is empty.
To even produce food nowadays,
You need
you need
electricity.
electricity. So you can't even produce your own food.
Right.
So that's why they had a hope for rations. They had a hope for people to bring things for them.
Yeah.
And Babylon wanted to block flicking aid. Like you caught
Yeah, he didn't block the Russian ship though.
Huh?
He didn't block the Russian ship though.
Because men
He said, no, let that one slide. Let that one through. Let that one through.
Men that sniff, but not that strong. You understand?
He didn't interfere with our boats.
Yes. They might sniff the white stuff, but not the bad one. They might sniff the normal one.
Is Daisy man who made the tremble, right? Daisy, who allowing a man to stand about to aid a country that he want to give freedom to?
Yeah.
No man, this not the man. This can never be the man that made the tremble, man. Yeah. And they share kingdoms? No.
Some of you know what they climb. They climbing that.
Sure about that, yes. Man said, nah, let that one slide, boys.
Right, yeah, but I think it has so far since any ship right now that it consists of pertaining to either Russia or China, they never already.
No, they're not
They
interfering
don't
with that.
interfere with that.
There's plenty problems.
They may have diplomatic immunity. You know.
Yeah,
Them,
they
they're
can
not
go
looking
anywhere in
for-
the world. Anyway.
Because they know them men
Once
crazy.
there's a flag on the bow of that boat, you come through, brother. You don't come through.
And that's why they deal with so much of that proxy wars. Because they could always say, well, it's true, yeah, it was we arms, but it was them that do it. Once they could pick up that it was an actual Babylon ship or base
Yeah.
that fired them people,
Yeah, it do.
you sign it. And you don't want to sign it with them. Because Russia,
Well,
China, North Korea.
them come on international TV when they ask them, so what would you do if you impose it? We do not care. Just so as the president or the prime minister for China, we do not care. He said he could do as he wants. We do not care. Man say we don't care what's all about.
Yeah,
Yeah, man say we do not care, right? Let him do what he wants. We do not care. Whatever he wants to do, we can do that and 10 times worse. It's okay. Understand? Alright, the push sanctions on China, and now your allies in Europe balling forward. Wow. How come, Mike?
Even when they did push sanctions on China before, that the minerals, remember, I was just breaking it down to be able to create countries that have minerals, but to be able to produce the minerals to get the outcome out of it, or how you need it to be. China is the ones who are ready master that.
Yeah.
You understand? So you might have the minerals, but the resources and the ability to have it a certain way to be useful.
Correct.
You're not doing that. them men doing things on a different level right now. That's why they say Chinese electrical cars started to outsell US ones. Because them men on a different level. Them men technology right now. You're not looking for that smoke with them. You're not looking for that smoke. And you see the US understands this. That's why they're trying to seize all these different resources. That's why they went to Venezuela.
Yep.
Now they're going to Iran. It's not a coincidence. They understand.
And then they want to go to Cuba. They have the list. They have a list. I think it's 7 of them, and they run them to 5.
Because it's resources. It's resources. The men
I
start
think
to
it's
solve
Cuba,
resources.
Cuba and Greenland. One is the war Iceland. One of them.
Cuba and Greenland.
Yeah, them two on the list. I think like the last out of the 7 since he come in power. Because Venezuela was the 5th or 4th. And Iran, and then there's
But
Cuba and Greenland.
Venezuela was easy. That's why they went there first. They went
You know what I
easy.
mean? You know what I mean? Let's just say, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They signed to the devil. That's the way it happened.
So men realize they're losing, and that's why they say what they say. The devil come down with great wrath.
Great
Because he know that he had but a short time.
Yep.
He know his time going. He see any power slipping away, and he trying right now. He just trying to grasp
Grasp
and see
straws.
what it is he could do to be able to actually maintain that power structure. Nobody who have power and enjoy it doesn't want to give it up. That's why kings just get conquered.
Sure.
You understand?
Yeah, they don't give up the crown. They have to kill my head.
Unless the no go and there, the men, the white men get conquered. A man has to come with a bigger and stronger army and come and take it from you because you're not going to give it up.
You know, that remind me of this little cartoon thing that's going around, Invincible, right? But like when they finish the comic version, it didn't finish yet in the cartoon wise. It show you how a king, the differences between kings now, right? Like
What are the mindset?
who ruling, right? No, the king who the antagonist take over, right? He was ruling on a wisdom, super wisdom, right? And then the one who take over, he was based on strength. But he wasn't really to be the king because the king before him had sons. He was just a copy until they find the bloodline now. So when they find the bloodline, he didn't want to give it up. You understand? He didn't want to give it up. No, yeah, that one went on, you know. He didn't want to give it up. So it's that was one. When you have power, they say with great power or hunger.
Great responsibility. I think that's scripture though. I think that's
Yeah, that one is that.
something like it. Not, yeah.
Much is given shall much be required.
Yeah, it's not worded like that. It's the same sentiment.
So the Lord wanted to be that way. Now when I talk about the 92nd and verse 13, they say when you are afraid but was still does fight. Men don't want to give men don't see what's going to happen and they know. They know. It's not to say like that all that invasion shit gonna be talking.
Well,
They know.
There's the Exodus part 2 now, the final installment of Exodus.
They know.
So the same way in the first one, or in the original or another, it was to do what? Exalt his name. You know what I mean? What you feel what happened in this one? This one way bigger than Egypt. You know what I mean? Let's go in with Egypt and all the friends.
But in this one, we're not going to embarrass them after.
Can't.
Because that's what
I
happened.
said the final installment. I changed from part 2 to final because after this they want more.
Yeah, after this, the same way they say, if you can ask about Pasha, there's Daniel 2. There's a something for something where they say, in that time the Lord shall set up a kingdom that shall not be left to other people.
Yeah, because the first one, he was afraid and Moses threw down the staff and I think he's sneaking magician and started to say, this man did everything we could do, right? What is that?
And men see it since back in Daniel time. Daniel done more or less narrate everything that's going to happen. All these statutes, the different kingdoms that will reign. And then after these kingdoms reign, which we right now, we in the last, we in the toes right now. In two legs, well the second leg. You understand? We in the second leg right now because the first one was what? It's the ancient Roman Empire. And now we in the modern day Roman Empire. Or what the man say? We felt like Romans on that day. You understand? We in the modern day Roman Empire.
Where was 21 then?
Daniel 2. That way say we start from where they say the God of those people shall set up a kingdom that shall not be left to other people. Like somewhere around 30 something, 40 something.
No, 44.
44.
It's Daniel chapter 2 verse 44. It says, and in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people,
So
but it
that-
shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms. It shall stand forever.
So it's not something that they're going to be like before you see all that magic and wonders, and then men still want to go and serve golden calves. Freaking Chetman Iran, build us a calf. You understand? Tear off all the earrings, and that's not going to happen again. That's not going to happen again. Next time, that is it. Once in the heavenly kingdom this time, that is it. Everlasting. You understand? Daniel again, and say the saints and the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess it forever. It's not going to change. Men talking about, oh, after 1,000 years, Esau will rise up and fetch him. Esau going to burn. Burn. That is not going to happen. They're not going to come back and have no chance to nothing. Imagine men, picture this, right? Lord give men new bodies and a heart of flesh, men perfect, according to the curses. Once we don't go off, we have no way our enemies can defeat us. The reason why Esau was able to defeat us in the first place is because we went off.
Every time we went to captivity in the first place, it was because we sinned against him.
As we as often say,
In
we should have never
Judges,
sinned.
in Judges, like as after every 5 verses, the ball, and Israel sinned against the Lord. And I know in Judges, like almost every 5 verses, Israel sinned against the Lord.
Even in the time of David, they say the Lord's anger was moved against Israel, and then he caused David to number Israel because he was angry with them. It's because men was gaining vex. But if
Oh, went down after that.
men have to get bad
Man,
up.
to get better.
You understand? But if men never get the Lord vex again, it would never have, the curses would never apply.
So that's the thing he tell you. Remember when he get them the curses, he tell them what was before the curses? The blessings.
Only blessings go.
He say if you keep these things,
That's
these things, right?
My God.
that is all.
And keep these
Come,
things
keep
which he
these
gave
command-
you for a statute and a commandment this day, etc., etc., etc.
Men will come unto you one way and another. You understand? They will not be able to stand against us. They will not, because at the end of the day, the Lord will be with us. He was our strength. Men all Israel going on be like Samson on steroids. You understand? See enough gates off a building and kind of shit. Or men going on be on a different level. All them things you see them prophets do in the past. All of Israel going on had them kind of abilities. You understand? Men going on be airbenders and firebenders and shit. Men going on have all kinds of different powers. How he saw in the kingdom going on be able to rise up and do something that is insanity.
I remember these men, you know, getting a substantial
Yeah.
stipend
But
from Pharaoh.
you really got to think of it logically now, right? Because all these things have a sense of logic thing too.
Nah, not them, right?
Even though it is a spiritual thing, it has a sense of logic thing. Just like how the brothers often bring out like certain things you're not supposed to eat. When you look at fish without
That's
scale,
scientific reasons.
yeah, it
Agreed.
have a logic thing.
Agreed.
What logical about Esau being able to rise up against us having new bodies?
Them fellas working for Pharaoh. These fellas getting the little stipend, the substantial stipend from Pharaoh. Why you want to replace Pharaoh? Pharaoh taking care of it. We eating the fattest rams. We staying in the upper rooms.
Same mindset of
You
them.
understand?
Of them when it was, why we leave Egypt? We had bread and fish.
Exactly. Now we
Yeah,
know
same
who the
mindset,
descendants of these people was. You understand? You know?
Yeah, you had to,
Yeah. So with the stipend now, these fellas, according to a certain brother, them get a consolation now.
You see the consolation here, right?
Them get a consolation. They didn't know the Lord.
We had good piece of-
Them get a consolation and them go out and go to the place. You understand? So they will make statements like that. Them want the best for Pharaoh right now. Them don't want to see. If Pharaoh bumps, he told them will run. If you give them a chance, they will go in Iran right now and beyond that.
So you say, what's that you doing
On
on
that
that
day.
day?
Exactly. That's how they will be on that day. They say, no, wait. What them bums doing? We counted GMS life for madness.
Master.
We counted them bums life for madness, right?
So they first Maccabees 1. I'll start from verse 11. They say, in those days when they're out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many,
You have a team with him, man. That number.
I think that was the biggest scam, if I'm not mistaken. And those likewise, wicked men and they persuaded many. And that is the way it's going on right now. All these damnable heresies that the scriptures talking about. Seeing men bringing out these things. Why? So filthy lucracy. When you look at these men bank accounts, they're not broke.
I mean, when the MOT come out, they go say, yeah, take it, you have to feed your family, take it. And now what they do with it is right. Right? So what you feel? If you go out, when the MOT come out, and you have to get that one. The juice was still optional. You understand?
Can I still work around that?
Yeah, it had loopholes, they will work around if you look hard enough. You know what I mean? However, this man come out and say, oh, you don't need to take him now, man. Well, you have to make sure you have to feed him. You know what I mean? Take it.
I think take it and you can spend it. Guys on his leader hands. He have to answer for that. You is the one who tell us to all of them. You understand? All the abominableness that they're doing and have done and will do. You are the answer for that. Because you is the one who
Man join your camp again, my wife. As he start to retaliate and say, take back here. He's a pep.
So that is something men used to do when the heart sin, the heart stains. But
He's a pep, brother.
that is something you used to do the heathens. You wouldn't do,
And no one
you
say
wouldn't do a
that.
jig though.
When you doing the daughters and
Yeah, if you want to leave, you gotta leave, that's it, you know? That is something you would do a heathen, you wouldn't do a jig. If after 7 years the man wants to leave, you gotta get him money things on him go. Only heathens, they used to like, alright, cool, bro. You know, because they real, if he's not part of the household. You know, man, get household treatment.
It's an outside nigga. It's not household nigga. It's a feeling. To go to pick 2 cups on your way.
Say, in those days when the out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are wronged about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Yeah, so them know if we go against them right now, guys. Yeah, it's a bad move for us as a fact. But we just keep on carrying on. Wave the back. If someone we get drafted, go. There's no problem.
Many want to sing music, you say, you someone want to get
You need the deal to take care of the car.
Fridges on that, banging on. So, the kind of shit is that what men caught up in. That is what men caught up in. Men caught up in trying to make something of themselves here. The loss of the flesh, or the pride of life. It says not until you get off from the kosher. That is all these things are not of the Lord, but of the world. Now I say, if a man be a friend of the world, he's an enemy to your Basha Shai. Once you start to like it too much, probably the stock market will start to from it. Until eventually you'll crash because you'll get caught up.
There we go. When all men have to pass through the furnace, all affliction to be acceptable. So when you pass through the furnace now and you realize, nah, they not gold, this is lead. Throw you on this side, throw you in that heat. All in your need to burn up.
You'll get burned up, you'll get purified,
you'll get consumed.
Yeah.
You understand? 1 John 2:15, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
And that's why you have to make a choice. Now I say you cannot serve your Basha Shai and serve Mammon. And your Mammon go back to what? Money. Most of the time it's just go back to money. In most cases you see men go up, it's either 3 or 4s or money. Always 1 and 2. 3 or 4s or money. That's 2 things that is causing most amount of conflict even between men. 3 or 4s or money.
Firstly, the primary step is 3 or 4s.
3 or 4s, yeah. 3 or 4s is the first. Yeah, that man
that doesn't mean them to get money.
That is just say what you tell us greater the truth, but you also say what women. Because you say women and you the woman king man tell them that you have not that strength unto that was destroyed king. Right?
Even in his first I just talk about what kings went to war folk home.
Yeah, first I just found that was the parable. That was the most powerful thing is what the truth, but you also say women. Because women, as you say, you see the daughter of a woman slap the king and take the crown and put it on she head, and you just laugh because you didn't want to get she vexed. You understand? And the reason why we have these stories is the same what we say all things are written aforetime. It's written for
So we
our
learn
good.
it.
We had to learn from these things to know what other men faulted, what we had to make sure we don't falter in. You understand? Nobody say you can't have a wife. Nobody say you can't have a dust. Don't let it destroy you. That's why even the law says do not multiply to yourself money or wives that you have returned away. Say that for a reason. These things is what has caused men to war. So when you see these men talking this garbage, all of a sudden men cannot bring, or before men cannot bring only 12 tribes. Flawless. All of a sudden now they want to call the Lord name. Wait for the cause now. 3 or 4s and money.
They call the Lord name when you was in the hospital bed. Huh? So that when your money that mean nothing.
Exactly.
When your money can help you, you call the Lord name.
Richest profit nuts.
In the rat.
You understand? You call the name when your money can help you. Right? But you say what? I will mock when your calamity come. Right? You understand?
And all I was suggesting is you gotta make it as a, you understand, make it eat some grass. Make it eat some grass for a while. To humble him. And still he didn't receive that humbling because he still went back and did evil inside him, you know. But hey, guys, see any excitement? You finish right? Or you have some more? Is that one?
15.
Yeah.
Vision. Verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world.
Right, say lust of the flesh, pride of life. You understand? All these things go back to abundance. Right? Let's talk about pride. Because most of the people who study the pride of life is always about how they look in society, how people perceive them. Nobody who owns some big executive not going to come out here in no fringes to tell nobody about nothing.
First of all, if he was really nice, he would not be an executive. It don't correlate.
And even if he converts from being executive to this, eventually something will happen to him to lose it because either he wants to wrong him, he wants to scoffing at him, and don't want to deal with him. Persons go hit him because they say when they come to serve the Lord, he pays over temptation. Shit go start to happen and you know it go there are men who does be able to maintain the little thing even though even though the comes the truth. It doesn't be all, but some might still maintain the little positions but generally speaking, you don't really see a man in that kind of position want to come out here and do these kind of things. You understand? That's why you say what they say give it onto the meek. Right? Those men are usually not meek. They're men that think very highly of themselves. Because them could swipe the card and do anything. Nothing is very restricted from them. Right? They don't have to have faith for bread tomorrow. They know they have bread tomorrow. You know? They don't have to study.
They're taking no thought literally.
Yeah.
I'm taking no thought for tomorrow.
Them know tomorrow good for them because their bank account swell. And then you go, I know what brother, you'll be like, oh God, I have a kidney problem. I hope the Lord heal me. You could go and pay doctors and specialists. You understand what I say?
You could buy an expert.
That too. You understand? Now when I say what is easier for a camel's toe to go through a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom. Because the mindset that they is being, they're not about us. They are about their own way. And most people you know rich, they usually have a very high mindedness about themselves. Most of them. Finish it up. Yeah, man? On that?
What is it called?
I want to the Maccabees, right? First Maccabees 1. I'll read our verse 11, right?
Jump. Where you start from?
I'll start from 11, nothing here.
Now go back up. Go back up to like verse 9. Let me hear verse 9.
And after the death of the, I'll put crowns on
Yeah.
the upon. Huh? Right. First
That's
Maccabees.
Yeah, I know that. Read from verse 9.
Alright, First Maccabees 1 verse 9. It say, and after his death they all put crowns upon themselves, so did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth.
Yeah, so you see, when you see Esau touch down, you won't place first down. Say evils had to be multiplied, and that is what we see. If you actually go back to like how people used to live before, you see like a real humble thing. When he saw come in power, everything changed. Everything went upside down. It changed, you know.
They had its little things there, but it wasn't as
Bad as this, but
yeah.
but I say, but you see, the personality things were upside down. Everything changed. Everything switched up. You understand? So this is where again. You don't understand that the scripture say, but evils were it multiplied. You know, at that point in time, the Greeks and the when you go down to it, the festival of Bacchus, you see guys over the festival of Bacchus and all these other things, you know.
Men started to tell us all them different.
Then you start to do like you start to have the what is it called? What they say the king what is it called again
Senate houses.
the Senate houses, right? All these things, you know, different. You start to see all kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
they say what they say. Especially coming to the Romans, they say what that be so diverse from all the rest.
Yeah, they're not kings, they was
Yeah.
not the one that had the one in purple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they had no semblance of royalty, but they had the power of royalty. Then.
Yep.
They had the
Yep.
commanding power, they could have changed laws.
And
They could have do as they wish without impunity, or with impunity, however.
But now they used to set the royalty standard. Just to set the rulership standard, it wasn't by like your son and like a lineage per se.
Because even like considering tributaries, right? No member of parliament does pay tax. The salary is higher than any civilian, and they are allowed allowances, meaning like they have
Yeah, some
allowance.
allowance, yeah.
Correct. A regular citizen whose money is used to pay these ministers don't get an allowance though. You understand? Same thing with royalty. The peasants have to pay the nobles. They have to pay the king and queen, and you know what I mean, maintain their life like the king and the queen or whatever the case may be.
So they get king's
Tributaries.
benefit. Yeah, they get king's benefit.
I'm saying that it is the same thing, just without the array. That is all.
Yeah, they just say what they were given the dominions but no crowns.
Correct.
Verse 10 is saying, and there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes.
Yes, so that's going. It's a long thing going on Antiochus, but the kind of wickedness Antiochus do was way beyond.
In a different level.
Yeah.
He said this.
That's why he also died the way he died.
Yeah.
You understand?
Man was rotten in it. Rot man, see, when one soldiers couldn't take his stench. You can imagine you rotting from the inside out, so like you're smelling so
Alive.
like sometimes you'll be somewhere and
You're
see one
not
of
alive,
them,
not inside out.
Yeah.
Live and you're
You had women you'll see sometimes. And some of them might have a kind of because of an infection or something, you have a kind of smell about them. They smell like real bad. So you don't have an infection or take
something
run
wrong.
through too much men, something going on with it. But imagine you smelling like that, but like 10 times worse. Like just like men around you. When you're out on a field and men carry you in a carriage, breeze blowing, you know, like it's how wind around to kind of help dissipate the smell, but they're not helping. You know?
concentrated.
Yeah, it's not helping. You're still smelling terrible. It's like, man, no bad you gotta be smelling. You put you in a closed room with somebody, like you'll suffocate. Like that, nah. You ready for it? Right. Epiphanes is a son of Antiochus the king, who had been an hostage at Rome, and he reigned, so it's like here, in 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. Right? So verse 11 is saying, those days when they out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. Right? So it says, so this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. And that is what we see men do. Men get a 501s. You understand? And went to do what
When I
license
get a
after.
license to sin, man, 501, what are the licenses on it? I get a license to sin, man.
And men wilding out right
So
now.
you're going on.
Men staying in penthouse suites.
You have a nice little bag for you. With this, all these packages. And somebody sign up. And spread this way. Forget the name, it's not important.
I understand being comfortable sometimes might itch your eye a little bit, but that's serious, man.
Comfort does bring consequence. Always remember that. That's why I started putting it. Comfort does bring consequence.
People say it's better to be in the house of mourning than in the house of mirth.
Correct.
There's a reason why it's that.
Especially now, boy.
Especially depending on how it is you get in that.
Especially right now. I try to pour on your ashes on your forehead and you start working over that. But now with it to pour on the Louis and the Gucci and the top dog.
Well, if you're getting it by just means, enjoy it. But not by being a Judas, by being a snitch, a sellout, you know?
Especially if you know better too.
That why the airport, they did not allow him to repent. That's why men who do that, their portion is saying worse than for the ones that did not know. Have a reason for that. Beating a child who know they're doing something wrong.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
What is the position here? What's going on here? Let me give me an enlightenment. So they are Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simon or Simon, whatever.
Simeon.
Simeon and whatever. What is it?
Those are called 12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah, I know they are 12 tribes of Israel.
Right, and those are considered the Lord's people.
Yeah.
Right? Even though people like to say that the Lord, like all people is the Lord's people, when you read the scriptures, where it say that these people were chosen people unto the Lord.
Right, now what about the rest of the people?
The rest of people are people.
Eh?
The rest of people are people. And you can't be chosen if everybody chosen. That would make sense, eh?
So the 12 tribes was the chosen?
Those are the chosen people of the Lord.
Now what about the rest of the people?
Now I say, if everybody was chosen, nobody would be chosen. If you are executive, everybody could be executive. No, we could only have one executive, right? Or probably a few. But if everybody was bosses, then nobody would be bosses. That's why I text somebody just last night. I was saying if everybody was special, nobody would be special. But that's how the Lord does deal with things. There's some people that are considered special unto him, and the other people are just average. That's in Deuteronomy. Yeah, read it.
Deuteronomy 7 and verse 5. But thus shall he deal with them, ye shall destroy their altars and break down their images and cut down their groves and burn their graven images with fire. For thou art
because they say the graven images and so forth. Huh? I Deuteronomy
7 verses
right.
5 and 6.
He was giving them instruction on how to do when they go to get the land. You know, Israel went to get the land, right? Right. And when they went to get the land, the things that they found in that land are supposed to destroy. They were supposed because that was of the customs of the Hebrews. Right? Because what you say?
So they was not supposed to follow the custom of the people.
Right. Why is that?
It says verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
See what he's saying? He said chosen to be a special people unto him above the other people. No, there's nothing wrong with that. As I often say, the people who there's most don't like that, there's be the ones who not in the category. Like I gave somebody an example on work just last night. I say the rich right now, right? Like the super wealthy, you know the super wealthy in the world, right? You know, like the rich families and so forth, right?
Them control.
Right. Them is the ones living in the best settings.
Them control.
Right. They're living in the best settings. You feel them studying how your life's going or what your needs is?
They study
But I was saying,
control.
they're studying things of their caliber. They're not studying who outside of their caliber. And that is really how it is go. When it is Israel was in power, it's true they used to deal with the other people fairly, but the Lord's blessing was unto them. They are the ones that received the covenant. When Moses came down, he gave the tablets to who? The tablets was to the people, the Lord's people. Those are the ones who he delivered from Egypt.
So the children of Israel are supposed to be an example to the rest of the world.
They are an example, but at the same time, they are special compared to them. They have
we say they're special, but they
are the standard of life.
Set the example to the rest of the world how you must live and.
Right.
Is that so?
They are the standard of how righteousness is supposed to be.
Alright, nice.
Right. But it's not to the extent where it's going to be like everybody is going to be the same. Because some people believe that.
Okay. The nation of Israel today, in the days of the Messiah, they rejected the Messiah. They didn't accept him as
the people of
wait, give me a chance. They didn't accept him as the Messiah. They rejected him. And the modern day state of Israel, which is from the tribe of Judah, they never accept, they never accept
Modern day,
The modern day, that's what I'm going to
Modern day,
explain.
It was in today, as in right now,
1945,
Sunday,
yeah.
19th.
1945.
Yeah, the date you call 1945.
What happened in 1948? Since we're
Nin-
talking about years.
1945 was what happened in that year. You call the year.
When this modern day CWA became a nation,
Right, so that was sign the
How?
How?
Who gave them that power? That's not. Who gave them the power to be a nation there? Who? Did they get it from the Lord? Yes or no?
No, that was going to ask him what I want to
No,
ask him
well,
what bill passed that year.
No,
So you-
don't even
yeah.
mention that.
No, 'cause
What
the-
happened for them to do what
Right,
they did?
but
That's
that
what I
way it
want
goes into it. It goes, the bill it goes to show that it wasn't given from the Lord. They had also get it from who? They call 1945.
So that
1945 is an important year.
what I say is that
Yeah.
this modern day state of Israel,
They are
is
not.
from the tribe of Judah.
They are
No,
not.
they are not
That's what
Israel,
I
and that's what
said
I'm trying to get to
yesterday.
you.
They are
They are
not
not
them.
even
They
Israel.
are
They are
not
not.
the people.
They,
They are opposers.
they take the heritage, they call themselves the Israelites that were in the Bible, but they are not. They are actually what you call Edomites. If you actually go back to the history of where those people come from, they come from Poland. Right? They never come from
Wait, hold up.
some-
When the nation was destroyed and that told you.
right?
When listen, let me try to get the correct. When let me get correct. Let me remember my when the temple was destroyed in 70 AD.
Look, I'm going to read it there
Right?
for you. I'm going to read it there for you.
Is that right?
That's what
And
the man
was scattered through.
Yeah, I know.
What happened now?
You mean what happened? They went into slavery according to prophecy. That way say you shall go into Egypt again on
with
ships.
ships.
That
And
is
the
when
way
they
whereof
went.
I spake unto thee, ye shall see it no more.
That way they went into cargo slave ships and they went to the different
You know
parts
about
of the
the
earth. But from here,
transatlantic slave trade?
you know about that, right?
Let me read
All the
something.
so-called African slaves, when they went to Africa and get the slaves, you know about that. Everybody know about
Let
that.
me read this here now. Let me read this here. Let me just get a little history. Right? This is this is from the Babylon, right? From Babylon back to Timbuktu, right? So it's the history of the ancient black race, right? Including the black Hebrews, right? So it's a history book, right? I'll show,
You know history about the Israelites.
right.
people?
So let me read it there for you, right? It's in the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem in 70 AD. General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled to Africa. So they didn't go to that side that they said that
Europe. They don't go to Europe, they go to
they
Africa.
went to Africa, they fled to Africa. No,
Alright,
some
because it was close.
because it was close. So they just went down, right?
Well, right, yeah.
So it's a fleeing from the Roman persecution and slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves. So that's history. That was proven. Now when you go back to the history of those that there today, right? They got that by a so-called bill that was passed. Where you get the Balfour Declaration. Balfour Declaration. That have nothing to do with the Lord. Right? Because now when you go to the script,
Balfour Declaration thing for the Jews to come back in Jerusalem or in Israel or America to
no, it was passed. It wasn't passed for them to come back there. It was passed so I'm going to say it as it is, because it also might have people go view it, where they wanted to control the Middle East. So the white man wanted to put himself there. You want to put that particular his people there.
What's the white man?
Because that's who he is. They are not the children of Israel. Because we could go to the scriptures. We could go to the scriptures and say, okay, were they captured? Were those people captured by ships? Were they on ships, slave ships? The scriptures tell us that the curses will be on these people as a sign forever. It didn't say it will be a sign for now. It said it will be a sign forever unto them. And one of the curses was them being in captivity.
What about the scripture that said that these people shall control the gates of the enemies? They shall control the gates, like our America and Return control.
I think what you're referring to is when the Lord returns.
Dude, there's a
You
difference.
see the Lord here now.
Like that future thing,
There's a future thing.
That
That's not a present thing.
No.
No, oh, that can never be a
If
present.
that was a,
So why America is here the most powerful nation here and the most
Them is like-
because them is called Babylon. Mystery, the power that rides the scarlet colored beast, them is considered Babylon. They supposed to be in power.
Quote that scripture and tell me that.
Huh?
Quote that scripture and tell me that.
Mystery Babylon. That great city.
Revelation 17. You have Revelation 16, 17, 18. You have Jeremiah that talk about Jeremiah 51, you brought up thing earlier. But I can read something here quick. There's Jeremiah 23, right? Sure, I'm not sure there's a prophecy to come, right?
Right.
So this hasn't happened yet, right? This is Jeremiah 23, and I'm going to read from verse 5. It said, "Behold, the days come, said the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth." So you know that ain't happened yet, right? It said, "In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely." It said what? Are we understand what I'm saying here, right? It
Israel.
said, Judah
And
shall
Israel.
be saved, right?
Yeah, Israel.
And Israel shall dwell safely.
What?
Is Israel, I want to ask you a question here now. This is a future prophecy to happen, right?
Right.
But Israel went back to the land, right?
No, but
I just point it in the context of
Today.
those
When,
of today.
When the king of Persia, which was
Cyrus?
Cyrus, allowed the Jews to return back to their homeland,
Right.
to build back the cities and whatever, right? Remember that?
Temple,
Yeah.
Right, nice. So that happened.
No, that happened there, but
Right.
it was given. So like for example, right? When you read that particular part, it happened there.
Right.
This telling you about a king that would reign, right? What king of Israel reign?
Israel do a king, that president and prime minister.
Yeah.
Well,
So that is to say,
okay, well,
right?
That what we say about in 1945, this president more than the
And that's
Mother
what we try to
Right.
tell them. That's how
Yeah.
we know that the people who they are not them because it said they will be in peace. Are they in peace?
we
Right?
not
That's
say-
what
And
I'm saying.
let me finish it for you, right?
Yeah,
I will
go ahead,
finish it for you, so you
yeah.
get context
I'm
of it,
gonna
right?
stay too long,
No,
we don't
no,
do it.
yeah, that's
I'm glad to talk to you. I like that. I was always see
So-
you here.
No problem.
no problem, man. So I will finish this for you here, so I will understand this. Say, in his days, Judah shall be saved, right? Judah is not saved right now.
Judah
Say, and
is-
Israel shall dwell safely. And so right now, if they are considered the Israelites, are they dwelling safely? No, right? It's a, and this is,
See any symptoms of
and this is his name, whereby he shall be called the Lord of our righteousness. Verse 7, it said, "Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth, which brought up, and which led the seed, which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country." Is that the north country?
Which is the north country?
Which is
Which
north
is the north
country?
country?
Where America is.
Which is the north country?
Where America is. It say, and from, and listen, let me finish it. And I say, out of the north country, and from all countries where I had driven them.
I like all the watchmen.
Huh?
I like all the
And listen, let me finish it here.
Go ahead.
And they shall dwell in their own land. So they will dwell in their own land, not trying to occupy it or trying to take other people's land. It say that they shall dwell in the what? In their own land. So that just that is one prophecy.
Let me
Yeah?
ask one question.
Yeah.
Which is the land that was that I would say the eternal. I'm going to use the word eternal. I will use the weight. What is the land that the eternal promised the children of David and Abraham on this one? Which is the land? Which land is that?
That is the land of Israel.
All right.
Right? That's the land of Israel.
Okay.
But remember that the land had to be cleansed by what? By fire. Because of good idol. Alright, I'm gonna show you a scientific fact, right? Of today, right? It have one of the stuff that it have in Israel right now is olive trees.
What?
Right? Olive trees. Olive trees, right? That is
yeah.
a significant fact that olive it's written in the Bible, the amount of olives and so forth, right?
Yeah.
Do you know that 80% of the people living there are allergic to the trees?
I don't know that.
I'll go and look it up. And
Well, I will check it.
Check
Tell me that. I will.
Look, check. It goes to show that even the land don't agree with them.
And it doesn't flourish. That way I see.
And that's an thing by itself, yeah.
And it's
Who?
supposed to be bountiful if we live in, if the people live in, it's supposed to be a bountiful land.
Yeah.
The land flowing of milk and honey.
You remember?
Why not bountiful for them?
It's Zechariah 8, right? Or Zechariah, I believe 8, where it say that a child, right? This is a future prophecy. It say that- yeah, no. That one no, but it talk about a child. They will be so at peace there in the land. It's like he will be able to run around. A child can run around there right now.
No,
So
what's
I know
that?
every
Alright,
single
okay,
thing of
right,
that.
right. I
Every
understand
single
what
thing.
you're saying
You know? Yeah.
Okay. Right, we understand what you're saying there. I know you're right. What about the prophecies pertaining to what they say the last days and then like in Matthew 24?
Yeah,
and
24. Luke
so-
21.
And right, and so what they say, right? These signs shall be this thing should
Yeah.
pertain to the last days and so forth and so forth and so forth. Right? All the way you're saying there. Right? I have this for that. But what's going on? The prophecies have to fulfill.
It have to.
And what's going on right now?
Right? Like the Matthew 24 says, there shall be wars and rumors of wars,
Yep.
nations against
Yep.
nations,
Yep.
kingdom against, right, and so on and so forth and so forth. All these things. And what is going on now?
That is what has happened now.
That's it. Are we going on right now?
Pestilence.
You see all these things happening.
Is there some
And we have a food shortage.
Earthquakes,
And have a food shortage right now in the world.
And what's after that?
we government, for example, you see what trend our government for this week here?
We're going to go through
We
a
going
food
to go through a
crisis.
food crisis. They
That's what I'm
already
saying.
say that food prices
Food
is
prices
very
are
I see it. But anyway,
you know?
what's going on right now? According to Matthew chapter 24,
Yeah.
I'm going to say that,
You can say Luke 21, 24 as well.
right. What will happen? What will be happening these days?
All that we seeing right now.
Yeah,
What the two
Sure.
prime things we just stress on?
We have a president in America who expressed himself as a messiah.
Yeah, well, I am Isaiah. It's Isaiah 19.
As a
the
messiah.
cruel,
You say
Lord.
he's the messiah. And doing all kind of crazy things.
Yep. But all I prophecy as well too.
Yes.
Is that two things we just stress on? A lot when we come out.
What are you interested in? Let me hear. 1 and 2.
Two things we just stress on.
1.
One is the mark of the, you know, with our Revelation, right? Revelation 13. The mark of the,
Relation to
so you
G.
put it in your hand on your forehead, and just see
13.
technology being advanced for that right now.
Well, that is not a natural thing, you know.
And just see it happening, right? And people just say that it's all kind of different things, but ain't according to the prophecy.
No, the Bible will explain the thing itself. You know.
It's
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
right?
indeed,
It's
indeed.
saying you put your hand on your forehead, and it said no man
Mind,
can
how
buy
you think,
or
how you
sell.
think. Right? And what you do with your hand? Just work, just do it. It's not
But it's
a literal, it's not a literal, some people say it's a chip and
It is a chip. Because
It's already
there.
I'm going to show something, right?
Yourself.
Alright, listen. Just ask him a minute.
right.
Revelation 13. What in your
Not in
Mind.
my thing. What the Bible
no,
say?
I want to ask you something.
No, but
it
you might
mentioned,
believe something
yeah,
different.
it mentioned that it said this mark, rich or poor, free or bond,
Yeah.
right? No matter who he is, will
Yeah.
have to receive this mark,
Right.
right? What you think it is?
Not what I think it is.
No,
From your
Alright,
perspective,
so
what do you
your
believe
My
it to
friend,
be?
I don't want to give my opinion.
What do
on
you believe
I
it
think
to
Alright,
be?
say-
I
wait,
want to
you
say what the
believe it to be?
Bible says.
Alright, so mark something, right? Mark
So what the
something,
Bible
right?
say it is?
Picture.
What the Bible tell me what the Bible
want
say?
to
This is what I say.
Oh, if you want to
This is what I say.
Right.
I don't want to say it's so or so.
No, but we asking you.
But we asking you now.
Man must not impute their own
What do you know
thing,
it
what
to
they
be?
think it is.
What do you know it to be?
If- think what the Bible says.
So what the
Wait,
Bible
wait,
say it
wait.
is? Tell me what the Bible say it is.
Picture we now.
Ask
Come
me.
to ask you.
Tell me what it is.
Tell
so
me
we
what
will know what
it
it
is. So we
is.
will know what the mark is.
In your mind and in your hand. What say your forehead?
Right.
Yeah.
What your forehead? What your forehead represent?
Yep.
Now remember the Bible is in symbolic language, certain
Right.
What is your mind? Oh, what is the
Where you want to pay that? The consciousness here.
Yes.
Right? The brain.
right? And what is your mind? What your hand? And your hand represent how you work, how you do your right.
Right.
Okay.
That's what it means.
So the buying and selling, that what you're trying to
Yeah, that not.
So the buying and selling
Right.
is represent that.
No,
how you live.
but this,
How we
what
gonna
the scripture
buy
is saying
and
is
sell?
this. You need to have this mark in order to buy us. So that means you have to prove. So you own a shop, right? You own a shop.
Right.
And the mark of the beast implemented, right? So now we have to come and buy food
From you.
Right?
You have to
From
command
you.
my bread
So
and cheese
I
by
have
you.
to show you
How I show you my mind,
Mark.
how my work.
Right.
how I going to show you that by your consciousness or thing. I
Yes.
have to prove to you that I have this
The
tomorrow.
mark
So,
Right.
so that's what we asking.
Well,
What
this
it is, because no,
this is what it
it's,
is.
It's something. No, but then how you going to buy with the
mark,
consciousness?
the mark of the beast
Yeah.
is disobedience to the laws of the Heavenly Father. Simple. I'm putting that way. The mark of the beast is disobedience to the laws of the Heavenly Father. Simple.
That's that question, right? Just follow technology.
Huh?
Just follow technological advancements going on around the world. Like
But
if you just look at technology and how it's advancing,
Yeah, how
just
it's
look at
advancing.
things like that.
Yeah,
speed of it
I
and
follow
things.
you.
So you see that they create something that you can put in your hand and put a program into it that you can swipe and
Okay,
give
well,
stuff.
that might be thing where the beast might come from. Because watch me, when this mark of the beast is implemented, right?
Yeah.
We as human beings, let me say, I don't like to use the word Christian. True worshippers,
Right.
we will be persecuted. No, we wouldn't take. We
Yeah.
wouldn't. We obey the laws of the. We obey the laws of the Heavenly Father.
We agree with that, innit?
Yeah.
The true believers of the Lord, they
Yeah.
will be persecuted. We believe that. I
part of
Revelation.
the prophecy.
Right, part of the prophecy.
Like Matthew
Revelation
24
20.
says, Matthew
Matthew
24
24
says,
yeah, put that on. Put that on.
he
It
said,
says,
why?
but these are the beginning of sorrows,
Sorrows,
and
yeah.
then ye will be delivered up
Up
to
to the yeah,
magistrates
kind
and so on
of
and
like
so
for that.
forth.
Right?
Am I
Then
right?
Revelation
why-
20.
Yeah, yeah,
I've already let me ask you this question.
I ain't
right?
put it on
Let me ask you this question.
Right,
It's
right.
because, like I say, we come out here to give warning, right?
I like all it. I like
So-
all of those moves.
So if it is that we had to tell somebody that something is bad, don't take it. We have to be able to identify what
what it
that
is.
Yes, we have to
telling
know
you
what it is, telling you,
Yeah.
don't take it.
Yeah.
So that's what we ask
Yeah.
you. If you know what it is, can you identify what
it is,
to
yeah.
tell somebody
Do it,
this
don't
is
do it.
wrong to do.
Right.
Let me read something for you, right? I know you say you have a thing, right? But I want to read this.
You read.
I want to read this one because it's such an
I was
important.
supposed to go along
The
with
reason
that
why
when I
the reason why the brother tell you is two of the stuff, right? Because you remember, it's a beautiful thing we now say about the Matthew, because these things playing out, right?
Right.
So you can already say, well, peace playing out. But remember, it also have other prophecies that have to be fulfilled as well before the end.
Right.
Right?
I
So,
agree with
the
you. Nice.
so the MOTB, which is the mark of the beast, is written to be a major prophecy in the Bible, right?
Yes, correct.
Because Revelation 13 tell you about
13,
it,
13.
14 tell you,
And
14 tell you about the
then,
judgment for taking it. So that I ain't bring the 14 for you yet. Because now, it goes to show that the Lord say that them that take the mark of the beast. So that means you have to be able
something
to
to
say,
take.
well,
Not
I
something you
want
have
it.
naturally.
It's not something you have naturally.
Yeah.
So that means you have to go to actually
get
take
it.
it. Well, I want it. So that means you make a decision not to serve the Lord.
Your choice.
And I want to go to
Choice is yours.
Right. Now I want to go to Revelation 20.
Go on,
Yeah,
go.
why it's
Let
important.
me hear Revelation 20.
No,
Go
This is
ahead.
Revelation 20 verse
No,
12.
yeah, we say something to receive, right?
Right.
That way say receive it in your hand or your forehead.
Yeah.
You were born with hands, right? And you was born with a forehead. So it's not something you have there naturally.
No,
It's
man.
something you receive from something
Yeah.
else.
One
Yeah.
thing I want to say, remember the Bible is not okay. You had to, it has symbolic language and whatever.
It
whatever.
have- it-
When you talk about the
we know for
mind
sure.
and
Read
when you
the
talk about this,
Revelation
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
we agree.
Right,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, we agree to that.
The one in your mind you can dance around.
Yeah.
You can dance around.
The one in hand. Oh, no, could you dance around the by yourself?
By yourself, you can't dance around that.
Alright, so
Go ahead, let me hear.
because it goes to show that
I want to think with nobody, you know.
No,
I
no,
know
we-
this
we-
is
that's-
anybody
that's all
thing,
right.
you know.
We-
I
that's-
like the discussion
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
we
like
do.
watchmen. I like when young people come out here and they're sharing the word of the Most High. I don't like to use the word Lord because that is the next thing.
Yeah, no, Lord has had different
Laws are different,
perspectives, I understand.
Yeah, I don't like to use the
Like
word
the
Lord.
word Baal means Lord.
Right, so yeah,
To some
Baal,
people, yeah.
and so we want to meddle with Baal.
Yeah.
We want to get the
I understand
correct
what you
thing.
mean. I understand what you mean.
Right, so
Yeah.
go ahead.
This is Revelation 20 verse 1.
Well, we went to 20 verse 1. Go
Right?
ahead.
It say, let me go straight to the point.
Go
Verse
ahead,
4.
go ahead.
Right? It say, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them.
Right.
And I saw the souls of them that will be beheaded for the witness of Yahushua. Now, Yahushua is the right name for the Son, as the Messiah, right?
Your name?
Yahushua, in the ancient Hebrew, right?
Yeah, sure.
No, Yahushua. Yes, but
We will come to that.
Yeah,
Because
right?
I realize that certain people now
I know that different.
giving a
Yeah,
different
different. Yeah.
thing and calling them a different thing.
Right, you
And-
understand,
and-
you understand.
okay.
Right? But let me finish it up here.
Go ahead,
right?
go ahead, go
So
ahead.
it say, and I saw the souls of them that will be beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of God. So that go back to where you're saying that they will be persecuted, right?
Yeah, right.
To the fact where they will be killed.
Yeah.
Right? But here what it say after, it say, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Mashiach 1,000 years, right? So I want to understand
Forehead
it in your hand. But
But
it
it
said
said
receive.
Them didn't receive
So
it.
I'm gonna show you something, right? If I'm money in my pocket, and I say, well, okay, I come to drop this for you.
Yeah,
You
receive.
receive something
Yeah,
from me.
right.
So it goes to show that in order to receive the mark, you have to take it.
It's something you have to get. It's external.
It's
not-
external,
not
it's not
internal.
internal. Then. It's an external. It's something unnatural
That they putting in
that
here.
they putting inside of
They
you.
giving you it and say, hey, Lady Mac, now you could open a shop and
Yeah.
sell them fellas when they come for bread
No.
and cheese and whatever.
And a beautiful point because you see, it was a commercial. You see the commercial they do the other day with that? Where they was talking about the digital society. They said, oh, if you're not going digital, you can't operate in it. Right? No, there's another thing.
shops say that?
There's another thing I don't understand.
This is how the
Nobody
system.
shops.
You mentioned BlackRock, right?
Right.
BlackRock, go back. You know who's Palantir? Palantir?
BlackRock control the world.
Yeah, well, them is top class,
Yeah.
right? But BlackRock also fall back to like they also have deals with Palantir and so forth, right?
Yeah, a lot
The,
of- a lot
you
of
know who
things.
control them? The same people that dwelling in the land across there. The small, we call them small hats, right? That is who control BlackRock, Palantir,
Yeah.
and those things, right? They actually buying out agricultural land, right? So
Yeah.
in America they control 90% of the agriculture,
Agricultural
right?
land, yeah.
So you know about BlackRock, I'll show you know about that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
You know what
no, when
BlackRock
they
tell
control
you
your
about-
food,
yeah, I mentioned BlackRock
you control
right
your,
up
you control a man food, you control what? You control him.
Control his, yeah.
So when you need to get food, for example, if you go
Yeah.
into a crisis, right? Let me just say we go into a
That's what
crisis.
I
with
tell you,
food,
watchman. You see people out here? Let me listen.
Yeah, go ahead,
Sorry
go ahead,
for
go
that question. People out here not getting themselves informed to what's happening in this world now.
Yeah, but that-
This is what's going on. People not getting themselves informed what's happening. A lot of things taking place here. Ask and if 5 people pass, ask them about BlackRock.
But they're not supposed to.
they're not supposed
Ask
to.
them.
It's prophecy. All prophecy must be fulfilled. The scriptures say what they say, the eyes have been
Ask
blinded.
anybody. Ask 10 people pass your hand. And
Am I
BlackRock.
right?
And you know they won't tell you that.
No,
they,
would-
know
wouldn't
BlackRock.
know.
They don't know.
Yeah. They'll call it a, they'll call
You
it a
have to
conspiracy.
inform yourself.
You hear what you say? You hear what you say? But that's something they wouldn't do.
What I say?
No, you say that they inform themselves.
Right.
That's something they wouldn't
Yeah,
do.
yeah, partner?
Yeah, they call
Right.
them. Tell them about that soca party.
Tell
on
them
the
about
day.
that party.
They like
They
that.
love that.
Run away.
Yeah, they love that.
All right, hey, I'm glad to meet you all, eh?
Well, I'm going to read this one if you and then
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
This
yeah,
Romans
yeah,
11
yeah,
verse
yeah, yeah.
This Romans 11 verse 7, right?
Romans 11 verse 7, yeah, go
Right? It
ahead.
says, what then? Israel had not obtained that which it seeketh for, but the election had obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
Uh-huh.
So the rest, they would be blinded too. But the elect, they would know.
Oh, the elect, yeah.
That's what the Lord did. The Lord said he give them a spirit that was slumber.
Yeah.
Is the Lord
That
give
is
them
why he's saying, it's saying, Matthew said, if you don't for short it is,
Yeah, for the elect sake.
for the elect sake.
The
Yes.
elect is a very important thing.
Nice. Hey, I'm glad to meet all of you. Where are the base?
Right here.
No, not here. But I don't see it here.
No, this is usually we spot because the Lord said the
But where
command-
does girl have
Now we don't got it right
Right
there. We got it
there.
right
You
there.
got
He's
it.
me
This
talking,
is
no? He's me
This is
church
me
here.
church here.
He's me church
Yeah,
here.
yes,
Go on the highways and the
Yeah,
hedges.
Yeah,
I
the Lord say, go on the highways and hedges and warn the people.
He said, where two or more is gathered in
Yeah,
his name,
yeah,
he
this
is
is
here.
Mr.
So
Best?
three away is more than two, so
We
yeah,
not
right?
hiding in no building.
We have
We
to
not
worry
hiding in no
about
building.
nothing.
We not hiding in no building.
Yeah, I'm going. I like going. I like going.
Yeah, man.
Hey, keep up the good
Yeah,
work.
man.
Nice.
Yeah,
God bless.
yeah, man. Yeah, let's go back to like you know what I'm saying. The elect, you know, the elect is such an important thing, you know. The elect is such an important thing because again, the rest, acquisition is Hebrews. The Hebrews set out what 7,000 men that wouldn't bow down to
5 or 7.
5 or 7, yeah, right. So it goes to show that hey, and again, the zeal, right? It's why you come back up again. The zeal,
Not a call.
not the knowledge. But you see, you have a, you know,
Yeah,
thing, you know, a little bit of the touching. So to actually bring up something. I wanted them to mention what was given on that day. That is what I was trying to
That
get
one
on
tell you
camera.
don't say bill.
Nah, I want them to get on camera. That's what I want to get on. Because you see what is going on. They just bring up the date, but they don't bring up
don't know
what was
exactly what
written.
happened.
Well, that one tell you don't say bill. But if you know the end, you will know it's a bill that was part of say, you're selling it out.
No.
That's why I say, and what happened now? Tell me.
They see-
You don't know well.
it-
I went to buy for declaration. thing
Yes,
and
you
this
see it because
that.
you know
Yeah,
why?
you can't
Because
say
when you
bill.
mention it now, when you mention well, like if you go to city bill, then he had to disprove. Then that would disprove them across there. Yeah. Yes, you see.
But no, it didn't come out.
No, but truly speaking, remember is somebody that come and ask a question, so he go.
Yeah, and then you dance.
You know, he
around
dance
a
around a little bit, you know.
But that show what
See,
the
you saw
Lord
the-
shall bring them into the
Yeah,
land.
and this is the time that we in too as well. They will come asking for the questions, yeah, they were able to get them an answer.
And in time to come, they will become even more.
Even
Talk
more,
about the family
the
word.
farming of the word. Tell about the them that will come the last minute too. The last minute Israelites. You understand? They'll literally come. The Lord just tell them, hey, this is, you know, it's what it is. You understand? He right. You know his crazy thing about it? He
A lot of
right.
things he say was,
A lot of things he was, well, not a lot, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean?
enough.
Yeah, enough.
Yeah.
You know, like mentioning the elect, talking about, even though he had the name wrong, you hear what he was talking about the name.
And that's a lot for a lot of people.
Yeah,
So months 11 and 4 is 7,000.
it's about those, isn't it?
7,000. I
Yeah,
know then about what you need to buy.
yeah. 'Cause it had to be the number of
So 7,000.
I sometimes
I've
forget
reserved
the
for myself 7,000 when I have no about anything.
That's usually, you know, 7 is usually the number of people.
Completion time.
Hmm? Now they say, listen to how he talk. He talk about he have an idea that the name, so the name is an important thing. He have an idea that hey, he's not a Christian, you know.
Most people that struggle with that.
Yeah, that name thing is a thing. But I see, but that is act. That is to show you the importance of how the name is. Because the Lord say you want to give the name to everybody. You reveal the secrets unto who? The prophets. You understand? Then we see other stuff you bring up, the prophecies.
I bring a black rock here, show black
Black rock, just show black rock. You do like black rock.
They can see you do
Yeah, you do the thing, yeah. Like you do like black rock.
Show black rock. Yeah, black rock and them. I say what?
I got on somebody Maccabees. Yep. First Maccabees 1 verse 14 it say, whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the
And you
customs
believe,
of the heathen.
I mean, this is not the first time he come up. It's the second time he come up. But the second time he come up, it reminds me of that fella who pulled him away.
I remember that.
Right,
Fella
those
stop and call him.
call him and telling him, I was telling him,
I try if I really look like
yeah, no, he come up,
Right,
right.
yeah,
But the
I remember
last
that.
time he come up, he was talking to me and we was going into something he was going
You
to talk
was in
about.
Gamso?
Now he was here, and the fella come right here. The fella didn't come up. The fella come right here and tell the man, but you don't listen to the man, them things. You can't. That was it.
People are like, you don't go from the
I think we said some curses on that man too.
Yeah.
We ain't see with them since.
You know, when you do anything, guys are funny.
Before sunset.
But this is what it is, and this is important. Hey, what is your say? Second and 15. What the Lord said to do? Go and give his people a warning.
From me.
Because what? Written in white faithful and what?
True.
It's true. Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
do have a video now, I'm going to look up faithful. Being loyal.
You mean loyal, yeah.
The words will, as you said before, the words will do what
Yep.
to talk what
This
you
is the
said
work.
accomplish.
This is the work that I do, man.
You
This is the work I
understand? If you
do.
say it, it will be done.
One thing that people let's get mixed up, and even for him, he didn't understand the purpose of this. Yahushai was moving. You understand? Yahushai was moving. He had a job to do.
He's accustomed to synagogue.
Right. And that we talking about what we got a year. What the Lord say he sent two out, you know. Hey, we got it here. This is the gathering. You understand? If you're in a building, how you gonna push this word? You know, the apostles, even though the YouTube
You know,
thing, they're still on the streets.
You was ask him, you could walk in a church how you is now and ask that question.
Nah, that way.
Well, alright, so you don't have to have no building, man.
Where's he?
If we was in a building, you'd have never
Nah,
know.
you
You'd never know what we talking
You
about.
don't even know,
You'll never
as you
come
say,
and tell me no more black
you
rock.
say, yeah, you say, I like how young, age-wise, it's a man here, back
young in
paying
the
him.
Men knees making noise.
Any video,
Never
you just
change
read,
shop, right?
men might just look a little,
In comparison.
yeah, in his comparison, yeah, men just look a little young, but men are age carnal, you know, but this is the work you have to do, man. There's a joy in it, you understand? The sincerity, you know, you're going to building to do what? To hide?
Nah, that's what you collect
Act.
them. To pick up collection.
Yeah, you ever notice? You ever notice what people in
It's
yeah,
It's tax in buildings. We tax for you over
Which
that.
factory?
We don't sell you.
We can't go in that building. We can't pay for that.
You buy each other's things, man.
Yeah, right, garbage different thing, man. You never notice people who just be in buildings, synagogue and so forth. The Ezekiel 8 does apply to them. When Ezekiel said the city thing, he said,
Come
go,
and see,
as you move further, you go, the more wickedness
Yeah.
go on, you know. That is what it's going.
Even in them animes and them, you go see a church, nice setup, and you go downstairs.
Yeah,
You go down
in a dungeon.
Some kind
It's an
of
atrocious thing. Like in our one, oh gosh, where's this one I like one? Dracula.
Which
When he
one?
started the original, when he preset to
Oh.
the cross, said, God is not here.
Oh, they am.
When he come back after the year,
Castlevania.
Castlevania,
Is
Is it?
it Fire Force?
When he come in and ball,
Fire Force was bad,
yeah,
yeah. Fire
yeah,
Force.
yeah.
Oh yes, and it was the nuns.
Oh yeah, the nun.
It was the nuns. That people wouldn't know what that, but it's the nun. It's the nun who caused all the
say
trouble.
some church, always some
It was
church.
you that was doing this all the time.
Oh, how come we could even go to real life scenarios where the church, I remember the Catholic non-church, how they had over 600 bodies. There was trafficking.
And this one in 5 hours where there are the people in cages.
Oh, the
and things.
cages. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I forgot that one too.
I thought that you only going to talk about because you know that one or no?
No, but the biggest one worldwide. That one is still somebody in a cage. This one had like 600 or 1,000 bodies over a period of years. There's bodies.
Serial
There's,
killers.
there was a non-home for kids, and it's only when they finally do the crackdown, because the nuns and them all know. So that they was killing people, they was killing kids from since they was young. That was
Well,
crazy.
I mean,
It is.
you know, the chrome. You want to buy
Yeah.
it?
And that is so famous because who nuns get hold? Edomites. You know? That's the thing, man. That's the thing about pushing this word. That make sure I make him hear the Romans before he leave. The elect go obtain it. This work here is for the elect, for the sincere. You understand? Even he quoted the scripture. What he scripture he quoted, that was the mark. The Lord was shortening the days to the elect's sake.
Yeah, for the elect sake.
Right? So it goes to show that he said, here we see after that, you see the elect. I say, yeah, that is it. You gotta get in your head that this is not for everybody. There's something you gotta realize. It's not even, man, if the Lord tell you, well, yeah, insurance, I think. if for example, right, if the elect I wanted to mention, but I wanted to get to something else when it comes to, alright, for example, it'll be 2/3 themselves, right? Go and get cut off. Imagine for the heathen, the Lord tell you that there's people from his thing that they're going to get cut off totally. You understand?
No, that's why he say what? If the righteous shall scarcely be saved, where shall he send
Yeah,
out the ungodly?
and that's what the Lord
Ezra
says.
say what? He say what? It's not marvel that it's question not. That's roughly paraphrasing. How the ungodly shall be punished.
But second adjustment.
Right, but what to do? Question how shall the righteous be saved? Don't worry about who do it.
Yeah, that's what the Lord say. That's what the Lord say.
I know your portion. Your portion is to do what?
The work.
Out here, wash the blood out your hands and continue in the right way. That is all.
Yeah, you can't save nobody.
Exactly.
You understand? You see,
All we have to do is to make sure you're here, brother. Whether
Yeah.
you're from there or not,
Yeah.
that is on you. That is your lot
That is
you
it.
maintaining.
that is it.
We
Go,
maintaining
that
you.
the Lord say. What is one of the words that Yahushua said? Go into the Lordship of the house of Israel.
Yeah.
You're lost, so you have to bring them back what? Back to the fold.
Right, and when we call you to come back home, if you don't want to, all right, well, you stay out there with the lions and wolves, isn't it? Let's see what about. Yeah. Nice one.
And the first thing we think went and he was kind of thinking about us. So I'm thinking about people. I said, just people.
The fella commented?
Huh?
Commented?
No,
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, he say they just
But
people.
we don't know you have to pass on you or something. Right?
Yeah, he made this thing.
I don't know now what they got them got. Anyhow, besides we go pass.
Once we,
This thing is
Yeah,
always,
we do it.
this thing is often stumbling blocks. All people can't make it. That's a stumbling block.
Because remember, when they grow up, is what?
Yeah.
For God to love the whole world.
Yeah.
He gave it. Remember, that is the power they pray to. And remember, them God does serve them.
Yeah,
First,
first. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Their God does serve them.
It'll be the other way around.
They are not servants. They is the gods and their God is the servants. We is the
Don't call
servants.
us. We'll call you.
As the angel, because the angel told us, John in Revelation, I am a fellow servant, my brother. Don't worship me. Don't mistake me for them.
That's
I is not a top dog. I could be lower than you and all. No.
He said, Hey, he paid
No,
the,
so-
the angel paid one time. Hey,
I got fellow servant, but Jen take
he
it.
say, hey, I come to do my work. Yeah, I sent him for a reason.
Bow down.
Yeah.
Man say, hey, no,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
boy, cause don't let the boss see that shot. Yeah, you're going to come in. Yeah.
And you done in the island
Understand.
and
You understand
you done in the
the
island and
dreadness,
Patmos
the
already.
dreadness of the law, the dread felicitous, and the law, the terror, we law. You know what I mean? You see what scripture say, man. You know, the terror, the law.
You persuade men, that's right.
If it wasn't for the terror, what are you doing out here?
Huh? You
Not
fear.
coming out here showing the Lord what you have no faith in because why you're not obeying.
But there's something else. That's
Think about it because even something we was mentioning earlier, what's up Edomites was going and how Jake's was going. When Jake and Edomite become friends as children, because you know as children, everything is everything. You have no, you can't really,
Yeah,
you can't draw a line here, right? It's out of your power. You go home by your Edomite friend, you might say, hey, what's that Edomite name? Whatever the fucking name is. Come and clean your room. They shut up, mom. Can't you see me and Luca out here playing video games? Shut up and bring us some sandwiches. And Luca what's like, man, what? Luke can't do that home, you know.
Yeah.
Luke cannot go home, man. He might say, hey, clean up here. Okay, mom. Paul might watch him like, Luke, what are you doing? She can't tell you that. We're playing video games. I said, brother, here what going on. If you like your life, just do what the woman say, shut up. Because why? Knowing that fair. And it's the same thing with the Lord. Knowing the fair and the Lord, you will what? Do what the Lord said. No question, not saying, the Lord say you're going on. You can't do this, and the other. Out of the other 8 billion people in the world doing it, the Lord said to do it, we are doing it, brother. Let the other 18 million do it. That is them.
If you feel well excited in the Lord, He will put that faith into you.
Correct.
If you don't have it.
And
Just like Jonah.
And now go and say that.
In
Whether you want it or not.
in the belly of hell he cried.
Yeah, whether you want this or not.
You understand?
Once he say, hey, go and do this. Oh, well, you relax on the walk, man. You sleep on the walk or something for you. Say, yeah.
They say Jonah fed for him.
Or you like you're missing a map. I go send a ride for you. Don't worry. Yes, sir.
And you see the way he did it too, you know, we still comedic, right?
No, but here was the funny part for me in the whole story. You see when the men on the boat and they say, let me draw all
men
that.
automatically know.
They know it has some.
God, yeah,
it has a
he put it in
Hebrew
the
in the
spirits.
midst that
He
doing
put it in the
wrong.
spirits.
It has somebody who connected with the Lord that doing wrong for the something just so.
Hey.
They say, let me draw that. And he just walk out here going on. It's me, guys. It's
Everything
me,
work out like, hey, tell us which one of us.
Yeah.
Like the Lord put into the spirit, like everything just line up away.
Who offended
They say
you?
you already prepared. Man down to the bottom of the water waiting for him to drop off in him.
Yeah.
He doesn't know men was going to throw him overboard.
Yeah.
You understand? Imagine you like just put everything in a certain way for you to don't know. It's he do it. Don't play around.
Yeah.
Now the Lord is
Everybody
mostly-
around.
You had to think about it because watchman. Remember they say everything was as normal.
And
Then
just so it come.
everything
Tempest come
gets
just
get
so.
Man, no, it
everything
wasn't
gets
normal,
get grimy.
Then my man jump up. Let me pull up. Somebody will offend the Lord.
Somebody,
Yeah.
what do you say?
Somebody
We
will
didn't say-
offend the Lord. Aisha.
What do you say? You say, what you know there?
Yeah, no, he said
No,
something to
let's
offend the
say,
Lord.
when he say he's a Hebrew, it's like, yeah, it's you.
You.
Yeah,
But something you didn't
know.
say before. Something you said before. Which one did
Somebody
that?
cast out.
Thing, yeah.
Hey, let me get.
Get that.
Hey, I should have
Yeah.
I tell you, Lord have accepted you, right?
Nah, yeah. But he human that. You know that's called dark humor.
Dark
Yeah,
humor,
yeah.
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 Ah. Oh my gosh, hey.
No, we didn't read this story. That's the thing that is joy we
Make
get,
you
man.
laugh, man.
Yeah, that's the thing that is joy we get, man. Some of
But
these,
it's make you happy.
and some of the things that you read, you know it's Jake the Lord dealing with. That's a Jake. Either might like them like adventures.
I think Jonah 1 and we'll start from.
Somewhere down to the end, was
Them
it?
like adventures.
Nah, that's the middle. Let's go straight saying, but he rose up to flee unto Tarshish
It's Jonah himself that he did have something
from the
that he
presence of
did
Jehovah.
cherish more and coming and talking to
And
people
went
and he
down
got
to
destroyed.
Joppa and he found a ship going to Tarshish, so he paid the fare thereof and went down into it to go with them unto Tarshish from the presence of Jehovah. But Jehovah sent out a great wind into the sea, and there was a mighty tempest in the sea, so that the ship was like to be broken. Then
So that whole body storm was like when
would
it
have
really
mashed
mashed up the ship.
Right. Then the
And
mariners.
you know what that men, they don't check the weather already.
Yeah,
Today
they
is
don't
a
know
good
it's a
day.
safe-
Today
it's a
is
safe
good
sky
day.
was
But clear.
Yeah.
Not a cloud.
Today is a good day.
Not a cloud.
We're going out today.
You understand? Then the mariners were afraid and cried every man unto his God, and cast forth the wares that were in the ship into the sea to lighten it of them. But Jonah was gone down into the sides of the ship, and he lay and was fast asleep. So the shipmaster came to him and said unto him, What meanest thou, O sleeper? Arise, call upon thy God. If so be that power will think upon us, that we perish not.
So imagine men faith so sticky.
I want to say everybody cry unto the
Unto
old
the old God.
And when the shipmaster find him sleeping, he say, God, pray to your God as your God.
And what kind
The
of
way
faith
I'm
is
bad.
that? Like you didn't believe in your own God, that you want other men to pray to their God too, just to try to
So
give
you notice
some
the
deliverance.
God says no God, right? It say, and they said everyone to his fellow, Come and let us cast lots, that we may know for whose cause this evil is upon us. So they cast lots, and the lot fell upon Jonah. Yeah, brawling. Then said they unto him, Tell us, we pray thee, for whose cause this evil is upon us. What is thine occupation, and whence
You know why we going through
comest
this.
thou? What is thy country, and of what people art thou? And he said unto them, I am an Hebrew,
One thing
and I
that
fear Yahweh, the power of heaven, which had made the sea and the dry land.
once men hear that, they don't know yeah.
No. Let me go down in the deep here now. It says, Then were the men exceedingly afraid, and said unto him, Why hast thou done this? For the men knew that he fled from the presence of Yahweh, because he had told them.
The Lord put him in the spirit, put our spirit on them to know your fault. You is the one causing this.
You know what you say, after you get eyes of Hebrew and say, we go to heaven and made the sea and land.
I said,
They get more frightened.
Marcus.
They get more frightened. They say, this alright, because you know who said we are.
Read Jonah 4 from verse read that over there. Yeah, son, we read this and then we go. Right? Jonah 4, and I will read from verse I'm gonna read from read Jonah 3 and I'll just go down to 4, right? Jonah 3 and I'll read from verse, I'm gonna go straight to the point, verse 9. It says, Who can tell if God will turn and repent and turn away from his fierce anger that we perish not? And God saw their works, and they turned from the evil way, and God repented of the evil that he had said that he would do unto them, and he did it not. But it displeased Jonah exceedingly, and he was very angry. You understand?
But I want to make a look up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was sure this to come here and nothing.
Yeah. You see,
You didn't want to warn them, you wanted like one of them dead, but
you see, and he prayed unto the Lord and said, I pray thee, O Lord, was not this my sin when I was yet in my country? Therefore I fled before unto Tarshish. For I knew that thou art a gracious God and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repentance of the evil. Therefore now, O Lord, take, I beseech you, my life from me. For it is better for me to die than to live. Yeah, he vexed. You know, like Jake.
Just kill man.
Then said the Lord, Thou doest thou well to be angry. So Jonah went out of the city and sat on the east side of the city, and they made him a boot, and sat under it in the shadow till he might see what would come of the city. And the Lord God prepared a board and made it to come up over Jonah, that it might be a shadow over his head, to deliver him from his grief. So Jonah was exceeding glad of the God. But God prepared a worm when the morning rose the next day, and it smote the board that it withered. And it came to pass, when the sun did arise, that God prepared a vehement east wind, and the sun beat upon the head of Jonah, and that he fainted, and wished in himself to die, and said, It is better for me to die than to live. And God said to Jonah, Doest thou well to be angry for the God? And he said, I do well to be angry even unto death. Jonah
Say, I want to dead, but I'm lying.
But the funny thing is, right? He showed pity for something that wasn't even human, wasn't his own people. When he see him destroy, he was sad. But he wanted to see his own people perish.
Yeah.
And sure he was a little off, you know.
But and when you read Tobit, tell you about what
The family, you know,
eventually they went off.
the prophecy came
and
true.
it happened. But he wanted to be merciful unto that, but not unto his own people.
Then
I
said
can show you how Jake, the mindset Jake was saying, if you really take them on there, you go pop curses on them and all.
He say, a man, I shall be evil towards his brother.
He said, Then said the Lord, Thou hast had pity on the God for the which thou hast not labored, neither madest it grow, which come up in night and perish in the night. And should not I spare Nineveh, the great city, wherein are more than 6,000 persons that cannot discern between their right hand and the left hand, and also much cattle. Cattle.
Elbow from there.
You understand? And that is praying, but they did get judged coming on.
Yeah.
Right?
The prophecy did come.
The prophecy did come to pass.
The man wanted to see a repeater. I saw the man.
Yeah.
See brimstone.
After I take
No,
the trauma of the boat, I was in the belly of the fish.
Hey.
But that was your own fault.
I remember too that many of the prophets they just want after dealing with things they
Yeah,
see
but
judgment.
they
Man.
had a mindset of you have to punish them. You know,
Man, Jeremiah was like,
off too.
hey,
They used to
Jeremiah was like, boy, I don't want to deal with these people. Jeremiah wanted to say, they do whatever. Boy.
yeah,
Go on.
that I warning thing. Them not going to
Yeah.
like,
You
you
want to
can't-
go them what we say was like a fire. And like,
Yeah.
You couldn't do something.
They love it.
Fair, fire.
But you're still in here, you're still in here like these people.
Don't go there.
Hey, do you not tell
Go.
you? Do you not tell you these people? They're dumb, man. You
They say,
understand?
"God, they know the elbow."
Just wipe them out now.
Yeah.
Just wipe them out. Say, go and warn them. You know what? Both.
You understand?
So you pay the videos at the fire.
God.
With that, let's give out praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash.
the brothers and apostles and the great minister do well.
That's right.
This is a message that money will push us to 4 pounds a year, right? Now we say shalom.
We say shalom, shalom, shalom to the elect. You understand? I'm a wat to la babel. You understand?